You got me going in circles, do. Around and round I go. Spun out over you. I need you, baby. Spun out over you. I need you, baby. Spun out over you. I need you, baby. Need you. You got me going in circles. Anyway, this live stream may or may not be for you. That's you and you and you and you. It may not be. But consider this. Sometimes we cut corners so much, so much that you can find yourself going in circles. Instead of doing things the right way, instead of doing the way things, should go, some people say, what do you mean as it should go, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you just find yourself in the mix, caught up in, hellacious situations as far as, maybe you shouldn't have cheated, or, maybe you should have talked to your spouse, or maybe you should have did your taxes right, whatever it is that folks are supposed to do. Sometimes we're always looking for that shortcut, that the easy way to go about things. And life is not full of shortcuts. And I think I got that from a Gatorade commercial, whatnot. Life is not about shortcuts. There are no easy roads to really solid things. Anything worth having is worth working for, or fighting for, and stuff like that. And sometimes we just find ourselves in situations where we may not want to fight for things. We may not want to claw and scratch and go after things the way that we probably should. And sometimes you wind up wasting a whole bunch of time when you could have just went straight for it. You could have just went through the hardships, the heartache, the pain. You could have went for the jugular and let it transpire from wherever, and go from whatever way it was gonna, get down for the get down. That's how that goes. Thank you for the one person that's in the chat right now. I definitely appreciate you for being here right now. It says you're in and out, you're in and out, but anybody, if any way, if any event, you can always watch this in the replay, gang. That's what it is. But I find myself a lot of times, looking at situations where, you're tempted, to take that shortcut. You're tempted to say, if I just, go the ski mask way, I'm saying, you throw on the little, burglar gloves or whatever. Drunken one, appreciate you, brother. Drunken one, appreciate you for being here. This live stream right here is about cutting corners. Sometimes we do want to do things the ski mask way. Sometimes we want to sneak through the back way, or try to take that shortcut. And a lot of times we wind up having to come back and redo things all over again anyway, or not achieving our goal because maybe, I don't know. We wasted a whole bunch of time when we could have just been getting to the get down, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you have to go through the hurdles and obstacles and things. Sometimes you have to get knocked down, about 8 times to get up nine, or whatever the case may be. Never worth cutting corners. It's never worth it, but it seems like a drunken one. It always seems like it's worth it. It always seems like it's the attractive, sexy thing to do. I mean, so many people, get into stuff like that, especially, doing things in a corrupt manner, or whatever the case may be. And there's so many examples that I could use, some that would get me in trouble for using, some that I won't, would be understandable to you or whatnot, what I'm saying? Like I said, so, yeah, sometimes it's not even about being lazy, drunken one, even though people can be lazy. Sometimes it's just a matter of people may not believe in doing it the right way. Sometimes people may not have that strength to go through the muck and the mire. Sometimes people may say, what's the point? What's the use in me trying to, push forward towards something if it's not working out and going my way anyway? If I'm not getting what I wanted out of it, why try to go the straight and narrow, or the narrow path, or whatever the case may be, or take the road less traveled, as Robert Frost, as the poet Robert Frost said, the road less traveled. A lot of times people don't want to do that. They want to, try to get the hookup, the homeboy hookup, or, the end, the secret access, or whatever, the lookout, or whatever the case may be, or whatever word you want to use for it, the hookup, I guess. And you could do that, but they say, who gets you in the door, but what keeps you there. And then also too, what you're willing to work for. What are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to die for? What are you living for? What is it all about? But yeah, I mean, I could say, on your perspective, people can be lazy at times. Drunken one, they can be lazy like that. But sometimes it's a situation where folks have tried everything that they were supposed to do, and the odds are stacked against them. So now, all of a sudden, you start saying to yourself, if the odds are stacked against me, and I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, I'm praying, I'm eating my vitamins, I'm saying my tax, I mean, I'm paying my taxes, loving my wife, or being a pillar of my community, and then all of a sudden things don't work out. It's almost as if it's like Breaking Bad. I was watching Breaking Bad on Netflix, the repeats or whatever the case may be. How this guy, Walter White, is doing what he's supposed to do, and then you catch lung cancer, and then you catch this epiphany to go out there, and all of a sudden you want to sell meth. I'm not saying folks should go out there and go Breaking Bad and want to sell meth, but it's a real situation though. Sometimes you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, and life, the odds or whatever is stacked against you, and you're saying to yourself, why am I still pushing for it? Why am I still trying to do the right thing? Why not go out there and do something negative? Why not go out there and go against the grain, or break bad, or get vicious, and then just do what I'm supposed to do, or whatever the case may be. And that's one way of looking at it, but the reality is you wind up hurting yourself in the long run, because those folks that have those things that are unbreakable, or untakeawayable, if for lack of a better phrase, or just I guess insurmountable, as far as how they went about the odds to get it. Is a difference when you actually go out there and earn it, when you actually face the odds, overcome the odds, and do what it is that you're supposed to do. And it's not always easy, because you look over at your neighbor, you look over at your friend or somebody else that you don't like, and you'll see them getting all kind of advantages and things like that. I remember when I was back in the early 2000s. When I first started security. Quick little story. I remember I'm going to the chicken spot not too far behind me outside my apartment. And I remember I had a hard day. I had a hard day. It was like, I'm just going to get some chicken and some pizza or whatever, trying to get in and out, watch out for the thugs or whatever. I don't want to get into a fight with nobody. I'm doing what I do. And one of these kids that I went to school with, what's going on, Michael? Thank you for coming through, Michael. One of the kids that I went to school with, he's a man now, actually. He pulls up in a white 300. He pulls up in a white Chrysler 300M. And I remember feeling like this small, because I said, I'm going out there, I'm working, I'm putting my effort in, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, and I can't afford that car. And then he gets out literally, with a beautiful young lady, who's not from around the way, and I just remember feeling so small. I remember having to get out of that chicken spot. And of course, he was getting this through, illegal activity. I'm not gonna say exactly what he was doing. I'm not gonna say his name, and we ain't gonna talk about who sold what to where, but somebody sold something, if nothing, and we'll leave it at that. But I've seen people get ahead, by doing, negative things, or cutting corners, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, yeah, Michael, that's what that is. I've seen people do things, to cut corners, and try to get what they want, or whatever the case may be. Let me get this straight. I shouldn't sell meth. How am I supposed to buy a beer? Well, you're supposed to go out there and work, drunken one. I mean, I don't need to see drunken one Breaking Bad. Like I said, I see drunken one Breaking Bad, I'm gonna feel bad. I mean, hey, who knows? But I will leave that alone, because I can tell you some stories too. But I'm not gonna incriminate myself or anything like that, just in case, mama or somebody is watching or whatever. People look for the easy way out. Yes, I mean, well, people looking for the easy way out is not always the sad thing. Sometimes the sad thing is when you stop believing that you can actually achieve things without being corrupt. And that's one of the things that I wanted to highlight in this thing. So a lot of people cut corners and do things, the ski mask way, in a corrupt manner, because they feel like there's no other way. Oh, and for those people watching, I would appreciate it if you gave the thumbs up. I would definitely appreciate that. That lets new YouTube know that at least somebody cares, somebody loves me. I appreciate that. If you can do it, if you don't want to do it, that's fine too. But yeah, back to what you were saying. It's not always a sad thing that people are looking for the easy way, because let's be real, who wants to have to struggle and go through a whole bunch of strain to get the things that they want in life. Who wants to constantly have to face the odds and go against, the impossible, the mission impossible or whatever every day. It's all good to hustle, but it's got to be legal. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree with that. But people do look for ways to, work smarter, not harder. I mean, I agree with that. I believe that you should get to a point where you're not working as hard as you did maybe when you're teens or your early 20s or whatever the case may be. You get back into a certain age and you're able to see the fruits of your labor. You're able to teach the next generation, or you're able to say, okay, I don't have to be 50 and 60 years old, competing with 19 and 20-year-olds, for a job that I did, 15 years ago, for a higher rate. But now they're saying because of, robots and, all kind of inflation that I can't get paid when I'm supposed to get paid. So, there goes that thing, so it does cause one to think, to say to themselves, like his or herself, is there another way? Is there a ski mask way? Is there a corrupt way? Is there a way I can cut corners? And some people try to cut corners legally, they do. I'm not gonna say they don't. Some people legally, try to go out there and say, okay, well, maybe this will be fine. I tell a little white lie here, or maybe I'll claim a baby on my taxes that's not mine. I'm not saying I've ever done that. I've seen, or heard, but people have been known to do that. So, people, do all kind of crazy stuff, to try to, get ahead or whatever the case may be, or they'll use somebody else's social security number, or, they'll forge a, or the identity or something like that. Workers work hard, but sometimes it's not appreciated because people are working for a long time and don't have themselves, or would be willing to relax. I agree with you, Michael. I mean, it's like that sometimes. Sometimes you're working for a long time, and you're doing what you got to do, and then you're still not able to retire. You're still, a victim to a corrupt system. So sometimes people try to fight the fire with the fire, or they fight the corruption with the corruption, and it really doesn't get you anywhere. It may give you, financial gain for the short term, but in the long run, what you wind up being just as corrupt and just as negative as the people, that are, doing the negativity to you. I claim my fish as dependents. Is this wrong? That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. It depends on what your fish feel about it. Yeah, that's funny. I've never heard anybody claim their fish as dependents. And also, too, I'll say again, folks, don't forget to hit that like button if you appreciate, hit that thumbs up. I appreciate that thumbs up if you could get that thumbs up. Yeah, the fish do need you. So if that's the case, then I need to claim my turtles as dependents or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of like that. But little crazies, what's going on? Appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like button. I appreciate that too. If you so choose to. If not, then I appreciate that too. Yeah, you got to take care of the turtles. Turtles need love too. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Turtles need love too. I mean, without me, these turtles, they're probably, they won't even be heroes in a half shell. I'm trying to raise them to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Right now, they're kind of like baby, Ninja Turtles. They still in training. I got to find them a Master Splinter. Thank you, little crazies. Thank you for the other thumbs up too. Appreciate the person that came in, came out, or whatever the case may be. 5 people in the chat now. I appreciate you. Love you folks for coming through. Let me see what time it is. It is 11:50 p.m. on the East Coast. Paint Kisses. Thank you, Paint Kisses, for coming through. Yes, this is what it is. For those people that are just coming through, I'll repeat again. Some folks that don't like it, but I'll repeat it anyway. This is about cutting corners. Just what happens when people cut corners. Sometimes you waste a lot of time because you're going in circles or whatever. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Time Reveals. Appreciate you, Time Reveals. Awesome channel. I encourage people to check out Time Reveals. She does a lot of cool stuff there on her channel. Definitely go support her. Paint Kisses as well. Michael Skeen. Cool people. Drunken One. So got some cool people in the chat tonight. But yeah, for those folks that's just coming in, this is about cutting corners. Cutting corners can, yeah, no problem. Time Reveals. You got a cool channel out there, cool people, nice family. Awesome family out there. Thank you for the thumbs up too. I appreciate that. Nah, but this is right here. This is about people deciding sometimes just to take the ski mask way. Sometimes it's attractive, it's alluring, it's seductive. To say, I want that fast money, I want to go after it, or I want to go after that shortcut, or maybe you cheat on the test or whatever the case may be. I remember when I was in high school, I hate to admit this, but I cheated on the Spanish test. And I remember, my Spanish teacher was like, "Oh, you're starting to get it. You got a 75 on the Spanish test." And I felt so bad when I cheated on the Spanish test because looking back on it in hindsight, I didn't have to, or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I felt bad for that though, but she was a nice lady or whatever the case. I don't know if I ever told her about that, but you know, I didn't wind up staying in that class anyway. But that's just what that is. But it was funny. It was funny when I got that 75 on the test. She really thought I was getting it, and I wrote the answers on my hand and whatnot. I was surprised I passed the test, but that's another story all in itself. I don't condone cheating, but sometimes it happens because, you know, sometimes you feel like you need to get ahead. Look for the high road instead of the low road. Yeah, but sometimes the low road seems so much more attractive. You don't want to take the low road, but sometimes it seems like it's a lot easier. Just to ease on down the road. You know what I'm saying? Instead of taking the yellow brick road, you want to take that you want to take that dark, dangerous brown road. On the side or whatever. Take that dirt road. Maybe you find some more excitement on the dirt road. But the reality is that you don't need to do that. You don't have to do that. Sometimes taking shortcuts and cutting corners and doing the ski mask way. It shows a lack of creativity. It shows a lack of faith in your own ability to do things, to get stuff done, and a lack of faith in your destiny or wherever you're supposed to be. And I get it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend and act like it's not a tempting thing to say, hey, let me go and do it the back door way. Let me go and sneak around and let me just lie, cheat, and steal and get what I want. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's not tempting, but then you think about the people that you hurt in the midst of it and whatnot. That's always a detriment to the situation. That's always a situation where you could lose friendships, or you betray people's trust. You even betray yourself. Because sometimes the worst lies we tell are the ones that we tell to ourselves about the things that we're doing. Sometimes it's worse when you believe the lie. You believe that you have to cut corners. You believe that you have to go out there and do these negative things, in order to get by. Nobody has to do these things, but sometimes people feel like that's the way to go because you see other folks, getting ahead and whatnot. Yeah, fake kisses, unfortunately. And what we see a lot of times is we see people getting short-term gains, but in the long term, you can risk your life, your freedom, your family, your health, your sanity. A lot of these things can be, taken away from you because you're spending so much time trying to do things in a corrupt manner, in an underhanded way. And don't get me wrong, people tell little white lies, and we're not perfect, and people do things and whatnot. They bend the truth and stretch the truth. People lie for many different reasons, like I said in one live stream that I did. Not many moons, but last month or whatever the case may be. Thank you, Tom Reveals. I'm not trying to preach, but just having a real talk with you. It gets like that. I mean, we've all been tempted. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you that I haven't been tempted, that I haven't done stupid things, that I haven't done things that I regret and I wish I could take back. I'm not about to give you a story time on it, but definitely I've done things, in my time, in my past, that I say, wow, you know what? Had I just went to straight and narrow, had I just saw it for what it was and let the chips fall where they may, who knows where I would be, in that particular situation. Sometimes you do have things where you wish you could take them back, and you just go about it a different way or whatever the case may be. And sometimes the temptation is great. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. The temptation is great to where you say, you know what, I want to cut that corner. I want to do that thing because I'm gonna get ahead, and that's gonna, help me prosper in whatever way. And it makes sense, for the mayor of Brooklyn. Nah, I don't know about the mayor of Brooklyn. They already got a Brooklyn borough president. I don't think he would like that too much. Me trying to take his spot, but for the most part, you folks get where I'm coming from. You've all been through the ringer, or not through the ringer, but you've all been through things. We have some mature, sophisticated individuals in the chat right now. People have been through things and seen stuff. I mean, you've probably, told a little white lie or a big white lie, or stretched the truth or cut a corner or something like that. Oh, Vlad the Impaler, cheers to you. Appreciate you for coming through. We're just talking about stretching the truth and how did things happen. The Brooklyn way. I mean, yeah, people have done things the Brooklyn way. Yeah, yeah, you got to get it together. That, I mean, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows, drunken one? Like I said, I know there's people that have it together a lot more than me. So I'm still a work in progress, if anything. Just as we all are. But I see people and I get it. Especially to the youth out there cutting corners and doing things and not knowing which way to go and thinking that you have to take shortcuts. I'll tell to the youth in a heartbeat. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. I mean, Mel for president. That's funny. That's funny. Well, you got Cheeto in office right now. I gotta let him run his term. I gotta let the Cheeto run his term. So I mean, shout out to the Cheeto in chief. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is. Give me a bag of Cheetos out there in honor of the Cheeto. But yeah, you got to keep moving forward. What's up, Brooklyn Babe? I appreciate you for being here. Now that Brooklyn Babe is in here, now I know I need to go on a little bit longer. I knew somebody would find that funny, pink kisses. So I'll stay on a little bit longer for you, Brooklyn Babe, because I know you say, you don't always catch my live streams or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I'll be on for a few more minutes or whatnot. Thank you for the 7 people that came through to the chat. You already know what it is. It's there. So Brooklyn Babe, no anybody else wear the robe like you. Yeah, well nobody else. If you see anybody online wearing a blue robe, from Brooklyn. They're imitator. They're a poor imitator, a cheap imitator. You call them out, you bring them to me. You bring them to me. I'll deal with them, male or female. I will deal with them. Nah, but in all seriousness, though, I mean, you can wear your robes. You can wear your robes. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to start a trend of anything like that, but I just try to be my realest self or whatever the case may be. So that's just what that is. Sometimes I wear the robe, sometimes I don't. But for the most part, Brooklyn Babe, what we were talking about in the chat is just cutting corners, doing things the ski mask way, and sometimes it's tempting. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Sometimes it really is tempting to go out there and say, you know what, I'm gonna cut some corners and I'm gonna make this money. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do some things, and it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yeah, yeah. Now you do need to be comfortable, Michael Skeen. But yeah, it's like that though. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here in front with you. I mean, the temptation for me, it's a full-time job not to go into the cutting corners. It's a full-time job not to, do it the ski mask way. It's a full-time job to say, you know what, I'm gonna go the straight arrow or whatnot. I'm gonna, avoid the laws. I'm gonna, take care of my family and make sure everything is good. That temptation is great. Sometimes you see people out there breaking the law and doing things and with the get rich quick schemes and stuff like that, and people doing their scamming and stuff like that, and you're like, wow, that's possible, but you have to remember to yourself, look at the people that you hurt, and I have a conscience, so I look at it and I say to myself, while certain things are doable, while certain things are possible, look at the people that will be affected. Sometimes cutting corners is the only way out. Sometimes it happens every day. Ah, I won't say that. I don't. I won't. I will never say that cutting corners is sometimes is the only way out. Sometimes it may feel like the only way out, but it's not the only way out. And it's. I mean, I'm talking about cutting corners for corrupt, corrupt situations or means or whatever the case may be. Now, if you find a shortcut or you get skipped in the line and somebody found favor with you and it was all fair, and it was all love, I get it. But if you're just cutting corners and doing that, then just for corrupt means, then that's just what it is. Slayer TV 23. I don't know if this is a confession, but I got your confession, Melville. But don't snitch. You so good. Nah. There's beliefs or eyes. What? I don't know. I don't know what that means, Michael. But I hear you. Nah, this is not confession. I don't give confessions. I just give. I don't even give directions. I don't give confessions. I just I just pass out the blessing. I don't know. I was trying to say something smooth, but I don't have it right now. I don't have it right now. You Slayer, you called me. Hard to look at yourself in the mirror if you're crooked. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's hard to look at yourself, but some people, believe their lies. Some people, believe, drunken one, that what they're doing is a righteous thing or whatever the case may be. Yeah, you know why that's funny. You know why that's funny, Michael. Considering where I work about confession and whatnot, this is not a confession. This is not a confession. Please, I am not a crook, but anyway, that's what that is. But we gotta leave that alone. Let the dying logs, sleeping dogs lie. Anyway, nah, it just comes to a point where I'm just being realistic. Even though, it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror, if you're crooked, I'll say to anybody, man, sometimes that temptation is real. Sometimes something may come across your desk, it may come across your plate. I work at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York, Drunken One. I work at a church. I work at a church. This is this is not a secret, but for the most part, so that's why it was funny when Slayer said the confession thing, and a couple of people know. Yeah, yeah, a couple of people know. So I got to be the straight and narrow. I got people from work that might watch this. I might have a priest see my live stream and be like, "Oh, Mel is like this or like that." I don't give confessions and corrections. I just pass out the blessings. This is a live stream session. Oh, that's bars right there. That's bars right there. Yeah, Brooklyn babe, that's what it is. Yeah, no confessions here though. I'm not giving directions, just blessings. But I don't know. That's just what it is. I was distracted. What was I saying? I was saying something interesting. Yeah, yeah. You folks kind of get it though. Like I said, um, we're all there at times, and some of us have a moral compass. Some of us, a lot of us, have moral compasses that stop us from going off the deep end. I'm a good guy. You don't care what everybody says, drunken one. Well, there's some people who out there who would debate you on that drunken one. There's some people who would viciously debate you on whether or not I'm a good guy. But I appreciate that. Maybe you ain't been around me long enough, but that was cool. I appreciate you for that. Shout out to all the people in the chat right now. I didn't know if 8 people were gonna come to the chat, but I do appreciate you folks for coming through here because you make this possible. These live streams wouldn't be what they are without you. Be it for 10 minutes, half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. Of course, this is not going to be an hour live stream, but I don't want to cut any corners. I'm going hard for you, just I was about to make a joke, an inappropriate joke, but I won't, because my mother may watch this in the replay and I don't want to explain, but I love my creative spirit. Hey, what's going on to you? I appreciate you for being here. Sherry K, your guy with a sexy robe. Well, why can't I be a sexy robe? Why can't I be a sexy guy with a good robe on? But I appreciate you, sir, Sherry K. A sexy robe. That's funny, But hey, I get it. I'll take it. I'll take it, Sherry K. Appreciate it. The robe is sexier than me. I get it. I get it. I'm too sexy for my robe. Now they stop. Oh, I'll throw hands anyway. That says you ain't cool or real. Well, you better get your fighting gloves on, Slayer. There's some people that say I'm not cool or real. So, but I don't worry about that. Listen, people are entitled to their opinions. People have opinions, as I've said in one of my previous live streams. So that's just what that is. I'm just cool with the people that's cool with me. Even the people that's not cool with me, I get it. You know what I'm saying? What is it? What did Nas said? I wish you 100 years of success. No, he said I wish you much success, even if you wish me the opposite. So I mean, like I said, if people wish me the opposite, I still wish them love, peace, prosperity, success. Coming in the right way, in the right mind. You do what you do because I know once upon a time, man, listen, things could have easily went left. You want to go left, I'll go left with you. You want to go right, we come back right, right and a left, if you get my drift. But for the most part, you try to live, you try to grow, you try to mature, and that goes into, not taking things in the ski mask way, cutting corners. Because when you cut corners so much, you go in circles, you just, okay, I'm going this way, let me cut a corner. I'm going that way, let me cut a corner. Oh, I'm going that way, let me cut a corner. And then you just going in a circle because trying to cut corners. You're trying to make things work out. So instead of trying to cut corners and putting yourself in a circle, go straight after whatever it is that you're trying to get, and try to be, the most honest and upright with it as possible. Point them out about that work over is just so way. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Well, nah. That won't be necessary, Slayer. But appreciate that. You might need me to do that, but like I said, we'll leave that alone. We'll definitely leave that alone. Oh, that was funny. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. Oh my God. For some of you folks, you put a smile on my face. I appreciate that. After long days, these live streams sometimes are really therapeutic. I might say if I might not add to it, but it's a situation where I just wanted to come out and talk about it and just admit sometimes, folks are tempted, man. You're just tempted to cut corners, in a negative way. You're tempted just to be corrupt or do things, in a certain way. The thing is to know yourself, know your worth, to have a moral compass, to know what you will or you won't do. Everybody has limitations, on the negativity that they will and won't do. The scary people, you want to know the people that scare me? that make me lose sleep at night are the ones who have no limitations on what they will do to get what they want. I'll say that again. The people that scare me and have me up in a tizzy, I'm not afraid of anybody, but the people that make me worried and have me concerned are the ones who have no moral compass, and they'll do anything, they'll say anything, they'll hurt anyone, they'll kill anyone, they'll go after anything to get what they want. They'll tear down and do whatever. Yeah, wow. You said it sounds like our politicians. Not all of them, not all of them, drunken one, but there's some people out there you wonder about. What I'm saying? Folks will lie to you with a smile on your face and a baby in their arm. What I'm saying? Yeah, no, it is very scary, Sherry K. Yeah, some people have said it is our government. I mean, just in case the government is watching, the thoughts and opinions of Drunken One do not reflect that of this channel. Let me stop. They don't scare me when I watch them. I speak softly but carry a big stick. Yeah, I bet. I bet. And also, too, again, for the government, if you're watching, the thoughts of Slayer do not directly reflect the opinions and ideas of this channel. But yeah, yeah, nah, it's all good. I hear you. Carry a big stick. Don't trust the government. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Cheeto. But for the most part, in a serious note, you know, sometimes it is like that. Not knowing who you can trust and not knowing which way to go and how things are going to transpire. Stick with a 100-round clip. Wow. Oh, you carry that type of stick. Oh my God. You got that stick talk. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Oh my God. Go for cover. Hide your wife. Hide your kids. Woo, this guy. Brrr. Oh my God, we got Rambo in the chat. Let me stop. Black Rambo. Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? But mask off. And anyway, forgive me for all the hip hop references and the Rambo references. Let's lay a boomstick. Uh-oh. I bet it's a boomstick. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's Second Amendment's rights at work right there. Me, I'm probably more non-lethal weapon type. I might carry like what you call them, one of them taser guns or something like that. I just see people shocked, want them to shake a little bit. Oh, you trying to rob me? Hit you with the, out there looking crazy like that. But you know how that goes. Forgive me. It's just a little bit dramatic. Sidetracked. Yeah, yeah, sidetracked. Tube stick. Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, sidetracked. Definitely, definitely, definitely. You could get sidetracked. I'm sidetracked in this chat. I don't know how we got to talking about boomsticks and government conspiracies, but yeah, there's that. There's that business. There are folks out there who definitely will do anything to get what they want. So yeah, those are the folks that I worry the most about. But I get it. People go through things or whatever. And, sometimes you just get tempted, cutting corners. Yes, RT, cutting corners. What I mean by cutting corners is doing things in a corrupt manner to get what you want and not realizing that you don't have to do that. So that's what I'm talking about, cutting corners. That's where I'm coming from in this particular things. That's why I'm glad you asked the question. What do you mean by cutting corners? Cutting corners, just lying, cheating, stealing to get what you want. That makes me cry laughing when you get sidetracked. It's a real moment in the real moment. Yeah, deep. Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, I have real moments. I don't know if you ever seen that movie, Inception. It's a dream within a dream within a dream. So I have a live stream within a live stream within a live stream within a live stream, and then I come back and I say, "Bow, don't cut corners," and then we could go back to the other thing. Yeah, no, 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 it's RT, it's all good. Sometimes you have to do that because it makes it more interesting. If I just explain everything in the description, then why would you watch? Why would we? What would the conversation would be? I could say all this in the description. I could actually just do an edited video and just say these things and say, okay, what if I did an edited video? Honestly, the edited video might be 3 minutes. If I really, really, really wanted to say something, 3 minutes, cutscene, 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 music, music, cutscene, cutscene. I'm done. Upload it, maybe get 30 views, 40 views, I don't know, but won't get the watch time. So here I am in a live stream just talking to you. Yeah, I get sidetracked because see what you don't know, Slayer, is sometimes when you get sidetracked in a live stream, it helps you extend the live stream. So getting sidetracked after you made your points, after you said everything that you needed to say, It's beneficial. It's beneficial. And then if you're really good at it, you could just blend it in with your live stream, and they'll think that you planned that whole situation. But I agree with you, Slayer. It is a real moment within a real moment. Very deep, very deep. The inception, you know. So I don't know. Maybe there's some more real moments to be had. I don't know. I can't tell you, for the most part, or whatever the case may be. Um, Hopefully this made sense. Hopefully this made sense. Not gonna lie, I prefer the live stream. Well, yeah, yeah, a lot of people probably prefer the live stream. I haven't even gotten the green screen stuff yet. Oh my God! Once I get the green screen stuff or set up, yeah, the incest. What? The incest. What are you talking about? Incest? Oh, the inception. I was about to say the incest. I'll say, what are you doing? I can't control it, but I love your chats, bro. Yeah, no, drunken one. Believe me, I know. Yeah, I know you love my chats. What did you say, drunken one? You was talking about me one time. You was like, yeah, well, Rail was on or whatever the case. And I know what you meant, but it's just the way you said it. You was like, yeah, Mel is over there rambling on about something. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I love a drunken one. He gonna speak his mind. He gonna say it how it is, But yeah, this is sometimes me. I get sidetracked. That's probably one of the biggest things about my live streams. When you see me get sidetracked or go off on a tangent, and I'm just talking to people in the chat, some special things happens. I've had some special moments in the live streams. I've had the moment with the oranges, and situations where we talked about innuendos, sexual stuff, or we don't went into deep conspiracy theories. I didn't had conversations about slavery and live streams about immigrations or whatever the case may be. Yeah, so you read that? Yeah, yeah. Dude. Oh my God, nah, because you said on there you typed in incest. I was like, what? Incest? I was like, brother, we not about to do that. We do the head of the head shaving video. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I need to shave some head. Now, don't get me wrong, Slayer. If we was talking about incest, I mean, it would have to be. I'd have to find an angle to talk about that. I was like, damn. I was like, yo, his brother want to talk about incest. I was like, this he has something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've shaved my head a couple of times on the live stream, Brooklyn Babe. I've done that. That's why he said that. I've actually shaved my head on other people's live streams as well. Shout out to Grant Hubbard. Thirsty Thursdays. Shout out to you. YouTubery folks out there. But yeah, I've shaved my head on my live stream, on a couple of other people's live streams. If you want me to shave my head on your live streams, just give me a call. Just ring me on the chat. I'll help you out. But how have I ever seen this? Because I've done so many live streams, Brooklyn Babe. I mean, I think there's very few people on this platform besides major news outlets or organizations that have done as many live streams as me this year. I doubt it. I really doubt it. Unless they're a big YouTuber or somebody. I don't know. But anyway, I digress from that situation. I've done some crazy things on these live streams. Actually had some classic intros. I've had some moments in here you really have to see, and it's kind of hard because with these live streams they're so long that you won't realize that sometimes in the live stream maybe the first 15 minutes was the greatest part of it, the best part of it, or the last 5 minutes, or the last 20 minutes, or maybe it was 2 or 3 minutes where I said something funny or told a story. Like with this live stream, I don't know how many people are going to get to this part in the end, but I'm just vibing, I'm chilling, I'm not even trying to go an hour, but this live stream, just based off of you folks in the chat, can easily go an hour. I can easily do an hour and a half just right now because of the energy that you're giving me back. And people don't understand. That's why I say if you come through to the chat and support, it is what it is, or the whole darn thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. RT, it gets like that. Every stream is amazing. I'm not gonna say every stream is amazing, Slayer, but I've had a couple of great streams, awesome streams. I definitely have, and some of you folks that are here have been through to those awesome streams. Like I don't want to throw you out there on the spot, but when you told the story about you and the female Slayer, that was an awesome stream. That was an awesome stream. Oh my God, I haven't laughed like that. Oh my God, since I haven't laughed like that in a long, long, long time. Oh my God, that was hilarious. And I've had streams where, I was eating oranges and chocolate and stuff like that. I've had streams where, we were out in the streets or whatever. Yeah, the orange. Yeah, that was good. I mean, definitely. I've had one of my favorite streams was with my brother 90 Glock. We were just talking and we were going wild or whatever the case may be. So we've had some very interesting streams. I've had the stream where I played Connect Four, with my niece and whatever. Yeah, it's clean content. I try to keep it clean, paying kisses because I have children that watch. I have my mother's looking over my shoulder and whatnot. I had to take a closer shot after that one. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. I've had some streams where they were questionable. I had to mark them 18 and over. But yeah. Old stepsister Swab, who's a political figure. Um, I don't know what you're talking about, Slayer, but if you have a stepsister who's a political figure, I don't know. I don't know where to go with that, bro. If you're into politics, I'll vote for you. I got to see your policies and, your politics or whatever the case. I wouldn't be here if it weren't clean. Well, I could get dirty for you. Nah, let me stop. Yeah, yeah, RT, I appreciate that though. I try to keep it PG or clean or at least it's adult. The stuff that I say and talk about is adult, but I try to keep it respectable because I know people have kids. I know people have families. I know people have sensibilities and stuff like that. And the last thing I want to do is to be negative and be cursing and using vulgar language or whatever, or using racial epithets or whatever to describe things or whatever. Because I can keep it real. I can keep it real hood. I can keep it real negative. But what is that going to mean? That's alienating audiences and putting the worst of myself and the worst of humanity out there to try to get some views. I'd rather nobody watch than for me to have to capitulate. Thank you, RT. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you appreciating that. But I know somebody out there, can benefit from, the way I present myself and the things that I talk about. I let my 12-year-old watch this. Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot, Drunken One. I definitely mean that. I mean, for you to say that you would let, because my niece, she's 11, so if she's watching me, that's what they're. You talked about Keeks one's time. You even talked about Kinks one time. I don't even know about Kinks, but I don't know what you mean Kinks, but um, yeah, I've talked about some of everything. Yeah, thank you, Desert Pioneer. I appreciate it. I keep it as real as is in my heart. I'm not the realest of the realists, but I appreciate that. I have some more realness to express. There's always different levels of realness, that I could express. I actually know somebody named Young Realness. Shout out to Young Realness. I know you're probably not watching this, but shout out to Young Realness from the Bronx. Kings like respect for each other in the bedroom. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I talked about that, Slayer, but I'm the person that could talk about anything, even incest. As somebody put out in the chat room. One of my favorite YouTubers all of a sudden went overboard with cursing and vulgar language. I backed away from his lives. Well, the one thing I will tell you, and I'll make the promise to you, for me, when I get to whips, chains, girls, funny. No, we're not gonna do that. The thing I'll tell you, creative spirit, is for me, if I feel like I get to the need, hey, what's going on, Egyptian Gamer Geek? If I feel like I get to the need where I need to curse and be vulgar and be insensitive to people, then it's time for me to go. And I would definitely tell anybody to, yeah, yeah, we saw that already, Slayer. You can't retract the message. We saw what you said, whips, chains, and gerbils and all that. I'll watch it solo again tomorrow. I think you should. I told you. Yeah, no, you did tell me, Egyptian Gamer Geek. I haven't been to the movies in so long. I haven't been to the movies in so long. I need to go to the movies. Maybe on my days off I'll go. Yes, we are the company we keep, but the company I'm keeping right now is a lot of awesome people in the chat. Very cool people. Very, some of y'all weird. It's all good. Some of you drink a lot. No names. Drunken One. But it's all good. I appreciate you folks though, because I know you don't have to support. You don't have to watch this channel. You don't have to come here and sit in the chat room with me. And I tell anybody out there who has an audience, I don't care how small or how large the audience is, respect your audience. Take time out to engage with your audience. Be grateful for the audience that you do have, because even that can be taken away from you. Even that ability, that right, that time honored tradition of just chatting with people, of conversation, can definitely be taken away. Now, seriously, Drunken One, no, I appreciate all of you folks. Yeah, I know you can't watch every video, and realistically, I can't watch all of your videos. I have to take time to do it. Some of y'all are weird. Okay. No, no, no. I didn't. I said some of y'all are real. You know, that's it. But it's all good. Slayer. You know. But yeah. Thank you, RT. Well, I'm drunk, so I pulled up a parking lot to relax. Should I have a drive home? Yeah. You should relax in that parking lot or call your Uber. Get a designated driver. I mean, Caesar, I don't want to see you get caught up out there. I don't want you to, be drunk driving. It's illegal and wherever you're from. It's illegal across the world, wherever you may be or whatever the case may be. So if you are drunk, pull up to the parking lot, relax, sober yourself down, call a friend, get yourself together, yeah, you should call an Uber, because here's the thing. If you don't call an Uber, you don't get home safe. Who else is gonna troll me in the chat? I need you to troll me in the chat. I need you to be around. Drink driving is a deadly choice. Yes, RT, it is a deadly choice. Call an Uber, call a friend, somebody you could trust. If you do call an Uber, make sure the Uber driver is sober. There are drunk Uber drivers out there. Yeah, you could sleep it off too. You could definitely sleep it off. But I don't know if you got wild coyotes or people out there that are, jump in your car and whatnot. Take the keys out the ignition. Yes, I don't know why I thought of R. Kelly all of a sudden, but anyway, I digress. Relax. Tell the lady on the corner to come over. As wow, I'm not even gonna go there. And you have a van. Oh my God. Yeah. There's so many inappropriate jokes that I won't tell. I'm so glad that I'm mature. I'm so glad I'm mature. My mind is already. I already went back 10 years. I'm 37. I went back 10 years. So, or maybe even further than that to 15, 16. I know some of the jokes we would have told in that situation. Hi kids. This is a family channel. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy. Drunk driving is never the way to go. Even drunken one can agree with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. What's going on, Eggman Rocks? Appreciate you. Yeah, I listen. I didn't bring it up, drunken one. I didn't bring it up. They did. They did. That's why I said I had jokes. I had jokes. But my jokes, like I said, they're reserved for a younger version of myself, which is long gone. So that's just what that is, for the most part. On that note, I think I've said everything I needed to say. If all hearts and minds are clear, I'm only 82% mature. It's funny. That's funny, Slayer. But we'll get you all the rest of the way there. And I'm proud of you too, drunken one. You're keeping me straight. You're keeping me sober, to say the least. So not to say I was crooked. Tell the joke. Nah, I can't tell the jokes. And then Juice came in. Thank you, Juice. A time and place for everything, creative spirit. Yes, there's a time and a place for everything. And some of the jokes and things that I would have said in the past, not here on YouTube, because you got to remember something about social media. Happy Friday to you as well, Juice. You got to remember something about social media. If you don't want something out there, if you don't want to get yourself caught up in some kind of drama, don't post it. If you half naked somewhere or you find yourself drunk or indecent, don't expose yourself on camera. Think about it. Think twice. Kid drinking 12 years ago and haven't looked back. Yeah, RT, that's the way to go. Maybe I need to listen more to you on that. I haven't really quit drinking, but I haven't really been drinking hard like that. Last year though, it was some pretty hard nights. We done threw back some liquor. Blame it on the goose. Blame it on the Henny. Got me feeling 20. I don't know. But congrats to you. Like a drunken one said, congrats to you. Yeah, all are well. We were just talking. This is actually the sidetrack of it all. This is me making an attempt to get off the live stream, but people are actually on the live stream. Eggman, yes, a call for the record, World Star, if you messed up. No, 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 we're not gonna do that. Eggman, I see you out there. I definitely see you out there. Um, it is what it is. It is what it is. Call a spade a spade. Thank you for coming through, Juice. I appreciate you and whatnot. Wow. Wow, this is one of those live streams. I'm a former functional alcoholic, keyword former. Nah, definitely I could appreciate that, RT. Being a functional alcoholic, former functional alcoholic. Definitely that's real right there. Sometimes we have addictions and things like that that really take us to dark places that we need to really overcome and whatnot. So definitely, I have people in my family who've been, addicted to drugs and stuff like that, who are, ex-drug addicts and stuff like that. So I've definitely seen up close what it can do to a person, the family, and stuff like that. So definitely congratulations to you for 12 years being sober. That's definitely awesome. So um, congrats to you and thank you for sharing that because I know that's a personal thing that you didn't have to share. So, but it can help somebody else out there that may be struggling with an addiction of any type. And I tell, anybody struggling with addiction, anything serious, yeah, yeah. I've lost an uncle to drugs as well, too, Pink Kisses. Rest in peace to my Uncle Richard, definitely. He was a master electrician. This man could, wire a building with, aluminum foil and a wrench, I'm a fresh starter drink. I've only had even clear, the Greg and Green Goose and Henny. Oh my God, I'm not messing with you, Slayer. You're funny. Addiction is terrible. Some people are addicted to video games and shopping. Well, if you want to go there, Juice, some people are addicted to pornography. People are addicted to pornography. And they're addicted to many different things. People are addicted to power. So it's just people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I know you had to laugh at that one. Oh my God. But it's really sad. But people make a lot of money off of addiction. Yeah, yeah, Slayer. You gotta say it. Bang Bros. Oh my God, we're not gonna go there. This is yeah, we're not gonna go there. But people are addicted to different things. I'm not gonna repeat that word, but yeah, people are addicted to that too, Juice. And it's rough, it's wild. Me, I'm so pure that I don't even know what any of that is. But anyway, on a serious note, though, thank you, RT, for sharing that. That was definitely, something. I could have been addicted to Crown Royal. Yeah. Yeah, Slayer. I mean, I don't know what those things are. I don't know what those things are that you and Juice are saying in the chat. I've never heard of those things. um, but anyway, like I was saying, when it comes to addiction, that's definitely something to take serious. That's definitely something you wanna, back in my day. I also quit a 3-pack a day smoking habit. At the same time, I gave up the alcohol. But enough about me. Well, nah, definitely, definitely. They're trying to run you down the wrong road. Yeah, yeah, drunken what they are, they are. They're trying to shift me, But it's all good. I'm strong. I'm resolved, in my purity, But nah, seriously, RT, that's amazing. No, that's amazing. I remember when I had to help my mother try to quit smoking. I just really stopped going to the store and buying cigarettes for her, and just told her she needs to be around. And then she had grandchildren later on, so she wanted to be around for that. And definitely, I'm not as strong as I would like to be, but I have my issues. That stuff that's off camera. We're gonna leave that alone. But yeah, we all have our imperfections. We all have our faults, our flaws, and things like that that we need to deal with. I'm not perfect. I'm still a work in progress as that pertains, as that goes down to that. But right now in this situation, I have to say that you folks out there, each and every one of you, all 11 of you, the 9 thumbs up, all you folks have made this live stream much more than I thought it would be. He truly does make all things new, Jesus, that is. Yes, I'm glad you said the Jesus because I don't make all things new, unless I'm saying it on a new live stream or whatever. But, amen. Shouts to Jesus. You up there, But seriously, though, um, nah, that's cool. That's cool. Definitely, definitely. On a serious note, um, a lot of cool things have been said here. But see, this is what happens, Slayer, when you go off track and you allow yourself to go off track. It's almost an hour, but it won't be an hour. I told you it won't be an hour, Um, but I did extend it for you. I did extend it for Juice. A couple of other people that came through the chat that just wanted to show their support. And on that note, I will say, later, people.